Another firefight video. I'm sure this will come in handy, right? Okay, you know what? I f***ing quit now. A year ago, I uploaded a video on both Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach's game mode Firefight on MCC, to which it gained a lot of views back then, but not that many likes. So I thought, why not revisit Firefight and Floodfight all at the same time in Halo 3 ODST on MCC, and give you my conclusion about it at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. For those of you non-potential Halo fans that don't know what this game mode is or how it works, I will try to explain it briefly throughout this video and how the game mechanics supposed to work. So first things first, enemies spawn in waves with 5 waves per round, 3 rounds per set, and a bonus round added. As you continue to advance through sets and rounds, scores and difficulties will be shown on the top right of your screen. Now, the higher your scores and your difficulties will progress, the tougher the enemies will advance. And you start with 7 lives, but they're still unlimited. You can gain 1 or extra lives through completing rounds in a set. And furthermore, your lives shared between all 4 players. Basically, if you're with a friend of 4, if one of them dies, you all lose a life. For the first wave is always Jackals and Grunts, and I was still lucky enough to get Jackals because they seemingly get exposed every time they flinch, and I was lucky enough to get a headshot. But then here comes the unlucky part. Carbine Jackals just spawns in out of nowhere, and I was still at red health. But I was able to react enough to get a headshot. And I also forgot to mention about the skulls being determined at the end of each round. For now, I have the Tough Luck skull activated, which typically means enemies are a lot better dodging grenades or vehicle splatters. On every map, there are 4 extra health packs and SMGs and pistols for ammo. Those still reset at the end of each round. Luckily enough, this Jackal was stupid enough to get flinched by my spamming plasma pistols in order to get behind him to get the back smack. I was still on wave 2, but then I had the most experience of my life. A hunter wave. On waves 2, 3, and 4 are always random, but then somehow a hunter wave came in on wave 2. On every map, there are shotguns and snipers spawned on each location of the map. I was lucky enough to get the shotgun in order to kill the hunter. Are you kidding me? First death, not that big of a deal. I can do that again. Unfortunately, I just lowered myself into the corner full of 4 jetpack brutes and 1 hunter. And that was a double McDouble McDonald's spicy combo, an abbreviation of a 1-2 punch. This is base, you f***head! That did not go well as planned, but yeah, we're gonna keep going. More brutes spawn. That was unfortunate.
Remaining. Last enemy. Lives added. Weapon problem. 1 life left.
So initially that wasn't my best round, but second wave I hope this goes well. On wave 2 now it adds a second skull called Catch. Catch makes it so that the enemies throw or drop more grenades. Each wave is going to get tougher as I advance, which considers why I'm on set 2. On first round of set 2 now repeats the cycle. After killing the Carbine Jackal, I was still hearing the plasma pistol charging. That kinda consider myself lucky. Somehow, I just lured myself into the corner again with 3 invisible brutes, and they all died and perished. Especially this one that just died to my pistol. Oddly enough, before I went to go pick up my sniper to annihilate more enemies, I was already on wave 3. I guess that's why they call me a professional Halo player. No one calls me that. What is bro doing? More Covenant Phantom ships spawning in, and I was lucky enough to survive that terror. Already on wave 4. Good enough. That's a hunter. Oh and that's Firefight for ya. If I gotta give my honest feedback, this was a lot tougher than it already was. Just seemingly endless amounts of Covenant spawns and a hunter wave. I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say Firefight is really hard. On game 2, now we're moving on to Floodfight, except with the addition of allies backing you up. So basically, this is the same concept as Firefight, but it's with Flood, obviously. As the saying goes, 5 waves per round, 3 rounds per set, and a bonus round added. Scores and difficulties will progress as you advance through. The more times you continue to defend yourself from dying, your multiplier and your difficulty scores will progress, but the tougher the enemies are, the more aggressive they will get. Scores will be determined on your left side of your screen, and the first round is Tough Luck. On the first round is not that bad, with humans and elite forms with no weapons. Regular elite forms have no shields, red elites do, so more importantly we gotta take out the red elites first. I was already advancing through wave 2 and this is where it kinda gets tougher. On wave 2 now adds the red elite forms and the rest of the floods that have weapons. The most important factor we have to do is take out the shields on the red elite forms and kill them with a headshot. Meanwhile we gotta deal with the rest of the floods that have weapons secondly. Oh, and then of course if you were distracted by my sexy ass voice, I caused my first death. With human forms that have been constantly rushing me with SMGs, I was lucky enough to get 3 headshots in one to get a triple kill medal. What the f*** are you doing?
Killing spree. Double kill.
On wave 2, not that bad, just gonna pick up this red elite as fast as I can. Are you shitting my ass right now? Wave 3. Do I expect this to be tougher? Yes, but no. In certain waves where it kind of throws me off in the pickle, whether I would take up all of my time to find a plasma weapon for the red elite forms, or that I single-handedly use my primary weapon to kill the shields as long as I possibly could and get them with a headshot. I am very indecisive about those two options. There's a Covenant Ghost on the tail end, let's grab this rocket.
Double kill.
There were 2 floods and a Covenant Ghost? Huh. Consider myself lucky.
Double kill. Crazy.
Rip bro. On wave 5, there are 4 or 5 Titan forms spawned. If I'm still consider myself this lucky, I would grab a shotgun and just shoot them in the head. Let me take that off your hands.
5 enemies remaining. Killing frenzy. Two enemies remaining. Last enemy. Lives added.
First wave is done, now we're moving on to wave 2. Let me grab this ghost and bring it back to base really quick. On to wave 2, now that everything resets, everything was back into action, including my allied marines. To which now it means I have a second skull activated, which is famine. Oh yeah, if you guys can't tell, I tried continuing back onto editing onto this video continuously, but a few days later I got sick. So now if you're hearing my voice differently now, it's probably because my voice is still clogged and disgusting. But likewise, I have a video planned for entertainment for you guys. Let's grab a BR.
Reinforcements. Double kill. Double kill. Kill Atrocity.
Worth enough getting a Killtrocity medal and still on red. Great, an invisible brute form and another death. My goodness. I did not even notice this myself when I was on wave 5 onto round 2. So many things happening so fast. Another Titan form, we're gonna go ahead and run back here and grab this shotgun.
Last enemy.
And squashed like a ladybug. Alright, another round finished, now moving on to round 3. This also adds another third skull of tilt, which basically sums up as enemies becoming more resistant to standard weapon types than Covenant weapons. In a logical sense, Covenant weapons are way better than human weapons for red elite forms. Wave 2, a free wave. Well, would you look at that, I got the invincible medal. And right as I say that, it cost me a death. I have another strategy for the Titan forms. Where is this last one? What are you doing back here? Alright, that's all 5 waves in 3 rounds, now adds a bonus round. If I can accumulate the score of 2000, I get extra bonus life. But if not, I'll just get an extra life after that bonus round. Are you kidding me right now? So that was the bonus round. Didn't get a chance to score up 2000, but at least I got an extra life out of that. Alright, now we're moving on to set 2, which now repeats the cycle of tough luck being activated for the first round. Alright, this round should be a free round, so let me pick off the bad guys as I can.
Headshot. Triple kill.
Armored box of balls? What does that even mean? Oh yeah, since after the set is done, my allied marines are back together again. I felt so relieved after having them back. Well, they're f***ing useless.
Awesome. A sentinel beam, and wow, way to cost me another death. Because of that death, enemies are going to engage a lot more, which also spawns in a Titan form. Oh no. That is literally one of the worst ways I could have died so far. Fantastic, now I'm at 0 lives, which means I gotta play smart and not die. Rocket launcher on the ground, let's grab it. And that's Firefight. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll keep on improving more, but until next time, later hot potato.